You're listening to The Comedy Cellar, live from the table on the Glory Hole Radio Network, gloryholeradio.com.
Good evening and welcome to the Comedy Cellar podcast, direct from the legendary back table at the Comedy Cellar. Issue 1, Why is Tranny Sex Not Gay? We join a conversation with Jim Norton, already in progress.
Jim Norton's here, everybody.
Jim Norton.
No, Jim doesn't want. Does he want to?
Yeah, sit down. Stop having an insecure attitude. It's Jim Norton.
I was thinking in the car today that
this is his podcast.
I'm an extremely insecure guy, and I didn't even realize it until
he just
today.
got happy that he thought it was mine. Fuck you. It's a Comedy Cellar podcast.
No, but I just was on yours, and I figured this would open me up to a broader audience.
First of all,
You're
Jim
right.
was on mine, and he was fucking fantastic on mine.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun with Bailey J. We had a transsexual. Did he talk about the transsexual?
Oh, that's not too
That's what we're going to... We started to talk about it.
Yeah, it's hot. Jim sitting next to a hot tranny eating sausage soup.
Yeah, I really did, and there was no irony in it. I was just hungry.
I really do want to ask you guys, we were going to save this to be a whole... Why is tranny sex not gay? Honestly.
I don't know. You sound like me in the mirror. I don't know. It's funny, we interviewed Chaz Bono today, too, so we talked a lot about transgender stuff, and I just don't get it. I don't get what makes somebody want to do that. I do get what makes somebody want to get blown by one.
Are they...
LOL.
Okay. All right. Can you explain?
can you explain that?
Go ahead.
Are they better?
Expert.
Well, because they're lovely ladies. Why would that be gay? I would.
Okay, this is the key question.
Do you understand the beauty and the brilliance of Jim Norton? He's made...
The brilliance.
He's made tranny sex okay. Do you understand how many guys have emailed me this week alone going, dude, thank you? And they're not gay. They're not gay.
Okay,
they're married.
Why?
Okay, wait, the key question to me is
Don't ask me. Ask
I'm going to
Como.
ask you, is the fact that she has a dick in any way involved in the excitement or in the sexual act?
Yeah. I don't know. It's like saying, blonde or brunette. Tomato, no. I mean, who knows? She has a dick. She doesn't have a dick. What am I, picky? It doesn't make you gay. If you go out back and throw a baseball around, it doesn't make you a major leaguer, does it? Just a guy having a catch.
In his mouth and on the back of his neck.
But isn't that the Kristen?
Yeah, but if you're deep-throating the bat afterwards.
Hey, but as long as you don't sit on the back, because that makes you a queer.
That's where you draw the line.
There's got to be a line there.
Is that it? Is that what makes you queer? If getting something in your ass?
No, not at all. My ex-girlfriend tried to fuck me with a strap on, but I just couldn't take it.
Yeah, pussy.
So how do we know if somebody's queer?
Well, if a guy likes another guy, and they're
not dressed in women's clothing,
that's all he likes, and he doesn't like. Yeah. I mean, look, Norton's not gay; he dates women.
I know.
I'm married, but this girl was hot. She was smoking,
but she wasn't a girl. She had a dick.
Taboo. It's
taboo. way to be crass.
yeah, you fucking nitpicker.
Yeah, exactly. How tall do you need her to be, too? No, here's the thing. Here's what makes you gay. If after you come and a guy kisses you on the cheek, you roll over and you kiss him back, you're absolutely a homosexual. But if you come and you get up and you feel guilty, you're like, what the fuck did I just do? You're just a regular guy.
Okay. Yeah. Can I tell you what I what I honestly think it is? I don't think it's gay.
No, you're right. Good point. Back after this.
You're totally changing now.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what it is.
Why are we skipping over?
I think
what
that
the fuck was just said?
I think that people have certain sexual predilections that they can't help. I think that the people who are, God forbid, child molesters.
Christian predilections, go.
People like certain things, Robert. Child molesters, they are very unfortunate because as much as they're
not in Thailand.
No, as much as they're predators on society, when they can't help what they're attracted to.
Tattletales.
Tattletales. And I think that people who like sex with trannies, they just like sex with trannies. They don't fantasize about men, gay sex.
Oh, no.
They fantasize about trannies.
Who would fuck a guy?
That's right. Isn't that what it is? And you can't
Here's the thing. I was lying in bed after we did the podcast. I was lying in bed with my wife, and her arms are soft. her torso was like a woman, and her tits and her cheeks. And then if you're with, who's that? Hey,
Gary
what's
Gulman.
up, Gulman? And her
Speaking of soft
Speaking of
cheeks.
trannies,
Speaking of soft lips, fucking I just had the gorgeous Jewish man kiss me, and it didn't even affect me. I was like, actually felt something.
Yeah, you actually went, hi, Gary.
I did, like fucking Alice. Hello, Gary.
So what happened? You were in bed with your wife.
I
you saw her vagina. You started booing.
I wasn't booing. I was fucking dry heaving. Fucking gaping hole of nothing.
Exactly.
I'm kidding.
I resemble that comment.
Listen, what happens is that if you're with her, if you're with a she-male or a transvestite, there's going to be a point where you look at her elbow or you look at her rib cage
or her dick.
Or her? No. Why would you? Why would you notice that? What do you notice? Where all the paint's chipped in an apartment too?
You really are glasses half fucking empty.
Sorry. Go ahead. I mean, and I shouldn't have
He's
interrupted
all
you.
about
Go
the
ahead.
details.
Go ahead.
There's
Focuses
going to
on
be
the
a
details.
moment after sex when the passion's gone and the lust is gone and the taboo shit's gone. You're going to notice that fucking elbow and be like, oh, gee, or her hands or her breath when she burps in your face. Something's going to happen.
Or the way she smokes a Newport.
Yeah.
It's just something. You're like, oh, girls don't hold it like this when they smoke it. That's a prison guy.
Norton said one time about the tattoos that these chicks have. Remember you were talking about that? You were saying that some of the trainees have guy tattoos.
Oh, the Puerto Rican trannies are the worst. They have fucking like real men tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see a woman with mom and a heart on her arm. It's creepy.
So go ahead, Robert.
They have teardrop tattoos from fucking killings they did in prison.
Yeah.
Fucking Attica.
All the clients they slice with garlic-soaked razor blades. You know, trannies are brutal. All right, good.
So yeah, there's gonna be a point where it's like, fuck, that's a guy. You're gonna notice that, but who gives a shit?
But the point,
And then you do it again.
of course you do, because you're a fucking addict and it feels
Wait,
good.
but the point that Noam is making is that this is more of a fetish situation
Exactly.
than it is.
Exactly.
It's a
Right?
fetish.
That's-
It's a taboo. I think it looks sex.
It's not a National Geographic taboo. This is a
This is
filthy animal.
Yeah, it's not getting your
fetish
fucking
taboo.
teeth chipped into fucking little razor blade teeth.
It might, depending on the trend.
But I mean, look, there's been weirder shit. You know what I mean?
And there's nothing you can do about it.
No, there's nothing you can do.
If you're lucky enough to be in a job which provides you with good finances, you can enjoy your fetish as often as you like.
I actually almost want to try it.
You should.
Oh, gosh.
That's what we should do on the next
By the
podcast.
way, actually and almost are just, let's take them out. I want to try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually and almost are not necessary.
Again,
I don't really
again,
want to.
Norton's magic makes it okay for another guy to bite the dick. Fucking, he's
a real Svengali.
He really is. He's the dick whisperer. You just walk into fucking train. Shh. Look that cock right in the eye. Okay, Bob, suck it now. Suck it now.
And next question is this tranny sex attraction pervasive among men, or is it
And
more
pervasive. Go, Kristen.
Yes.
Is it more among comics?
It's more common.
Or is it just that comics are more willing to admit it?
Comics are honest.
My friend does a lot of tranny porn, Joey Silvera. He, you know Joey? He's like a porn legend.
He's a porn legend, but he does a lot of tranny.
He shoots them.
Shoots
he
them,
films them, and he's one of the highest earners at Evil Angel because it's something that guys are like, everybody is like, people, I guess he was the only guy doing it, so everybody bought from him. And he was one of the biggest eurners. It's tremendously.
There's a big market for it.
Of course
Yeah,
it is, because
and he's a
there's
straight
something
guy.
about
He's a straight porn guy. I mean, he's fucked women his whole porn career.
And if you saw this chemo that we had over, you wouldn't be able to tell. You would
Okay.
not be able to tell.
Final question: if you went home,
6.5 inches.
If you went home with, yeah, sure. If you went home with
6.
if you went, if you went home,
5.5. All right, 5. For the love of God.
if you went home with a girl,
Boo.
and you started having sex
Yes,
with her,
yes.
and then you discovered she was a tranny, would that be a bonus?
Like fantasy. So
Honestly.
Tranny surprise on fucking clitty.com? What are you, out of your mind?
honestly, or do you have to be in the mood for a tranny?
Okay, I had a girl one time.
Good question, right?
I've had this
Great
situation
question.
happen to me, and I walked away. But here's the problem.
Because you weren't into that.
because she didn't have a penis. She was a hermaphrodite.
Oh,
A little bit of both.
That's disgusting.
And
Yeah,
well, no,
that's,
wait,
that's just
stop, stop,
nobody wants a genital medley.
a fruit salad. No, she had the penis removed. but she was hot. She was a waitress at the Boston Comedy Club. Everybody tried to hit on her. I got hooked up with her, and we went out, and then I found out that she had both. But she had when she was younger, she had her penis removed. She has a vagina.
Did she have a big vagina?
I don't know. I
love that.
I didn't know. I didn't.
She had both, or she had her penis transformed into a vagina.
No, she had both. She had hermaphrodite.
She was a hermaphrodite.
So I actually bailed out of it. Now, if she had a penis, if she was a dude that looked that hot and she had a cock, I don't know what the fuck I'd do.
Wait, so you bailed on the vagina, but you're questioning whether you would have bailed on the penis.
Yeah.
No, but that's my point. It's like if you're in the mood for a steak, you want a steak. If you're in the mood for chicken, you want chicken.
Hot dog, better example.
Yeah, seriously.
So what you're saying is that
I'd say kielbasi. Who wants a little baby hot dog?
Exactly. A pig in a blanket if it's an Asian tranny.
you thought she was a tranny. So you were disappointed when it wasn't.
No, I didn't think. I thought she was a broad, but then I found out she was a fucking disaster, a god mistake.
So you didn't answer my question. But if you thought it was a girl and it turned out to be a guy, would that be like more exciting to you, or just say, "Oh, that's not what I was in the mood for"?
I would probably be like, "What the fuck?" You know, I'd probably grab it. What's this? What do you got here?
Grab what?
What's this? What do you got?
Do you grab?
Like Eddie Murphy.
Do you grab their dick?
What is this? What is this?
But do you grab their dick when you have sex with a tranny?
I don't know, Norton.
No, but they're not. They don't have. You guys don't have sex with trannies.
What are you talking? No, we don't have.
Don't
sex
give
with
them away out of answering.
No.
Do you grab their dick when you?
Don't ask me. I've never been with a tranny.
Why can't I?
That's true. Yeah.
You don't have to answer, Jim.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
I'm not the expert. You should ask the expert. Honest to God. I know you're trying to put it on me because it's easier for you to come at me. Go at him.
No,
he knows.
We honestly thought you guys were at the same level of expertise.
We are.
I wish I. I'll tell you this. No, I really wish I was. I'm not because for one, I can't afford it. Number two, if I had his money, I'd be fucking.
I'll put it this way. I've told this on Bobby's thing too. I made out with a tranny years ago. On the expo floor of the Porn Awards, but and again I won't say the boxer's name, but an ex-heavyweight champion also made out with her. I have video of it. He didn't know she was. That's how passable she was. And I was hosting the award show, and I asked her to be my date as a goof because I wanted. Everybody knew who she was. I was like, everybody knew who was a guy, so I would walk down and she would pretend I didn't know. But she was arrested for blowing somebody on the expo floor and spent the weekend in jail.
Is this that really hot tranny? There's one tranny that's like super.
A lot of them are hot.
Well, this is Vanity.
There's one
This is Vanity.
Yeah,
she's a friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, this
only one.
Not a lot of them. I mean, no one is hot.
So just to be clear,
well, this is the one I know that she seems to be pretty
Vanity,
prevalent or whatever.
Nobody wants to answer the question of whether or not you grab the tranny's dick when you're having sex with the tranny.
I don't grab a girl's pussy when I'm having sex with her. Like when I don't grab the genitals when I'm fucking
there's nothing
anybody.
to grab.
But no, but I mean I don't do that. It's you know what I'm saying? I just made me very happy.
I know.
I think that's a resounding yes, Kristen.
I just filled up. I'm trying to
I'm
show
booted
you.
as co-host from now on.
No,
you're a good co-host.
You're a fucking great co-host. What are you out of your mind?
Do you ever have sex with a man where you don't touch his penis?
No.
No, right?
Very rarely, unless I'm discussing it with myself.
Jim's tranny?
He's an owner.
Oh my God! I didn't even see. Jesus Christ!
See, this is what they're talking about. You didn't even see the dick with all those flowers. That's exactly what you're talking about.
She's very attractive, right?
Oh my God!
And it's a nice penis.
Look, he's stunned. He can't even.
It's really staring. Give me my phone back, you homo.
It's really
he can't stop.
hypnotizing. Hypnotizing. It's
Look,
disgusting.
I think that if you were with somebody, of course, you'd probably grab the cock and you'd probably grab.
Probably, yeah. You're probably.
Hey, what are you going to do? They're going to grab you.
I think you probably do.
Well, there is a thing called manners, Gnome.
Etiquette.
Yeah. Okay, so but if you're grabbing a dick, isn't there something slightly gay about that?
It would be if you look at the Wikipedia version of gay. Yeah, I guess. I guess, but I think gay is when you just like men. Totally, you like a man, you like a guy.
So in other words, the tranny situation, the tranny attraction is because there is an element of femininity to them that is physical.
Girl. It's a fucking girl.
They're ladies.
Yeah,
they're ladies.
So if you go to a therapist, what does the therapist say about?
Who talks to their therapist about this stuff? I would never.
but what if it's a guy that looks feminine but just doesn't have let's say doesn't have breasts?
A twink? Oh no, yuck!
No,
yuck. Get away from me! What am I, a sissy?
You've been to a therapist.
I've been going to 5 years.
Have you talked about this with a therapist? And what is it there? What is
I
it?
talked about a lot of stuff though. A lot of dirty, crazy shit. Like I liked crazy. I liked not rape porn, but like what do they call forced porn?
That's rape porn.
No, because you can't say rape and it comes up. It's forced.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like they're.
I gotta leave. I gotta be somewhere by 9.
All right, I'll see you later, Jim.
Bye,
Norton,
Jim.
everybody.
Thank you,
Bye, Jim.
Jim.
Thanks.
I'll do it again. That's great.
Thank you, Jim.
I think that. Hey, you gonna applaud for Jim? You applaud for Papa.
I don't need the applause.
We applauded for Amy, not for Papa.
Yeah, we're bringing Amy back.
Hi, Jimmy.
I think that. Oh, Jim, before you leave, he's gonna edit this down to a half hour.
No, you can't.
Jim,
45 minutes. Some of it is boring.
Tell him.
I would say let it go because. How long have you been talking so far?
A little over an hour.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Just let it go. If people don't like it, they'll fast forward through it. They'll turn it off. You
Yeah.
don't edit radio shows.
Fucking do it.
No,
Okay.
I agree with Bobby. I would just let it go because then people are downloading. What if they have a long drive? And you
That's
don't
what
want
I'm
to make
saying.
creative decisions on editing and stuff because then people are gonna be like, "What can I talk about if he's gonna edit?"
Yeah, what do we miss?
Let it go. Cut it for an hour. Cut. They should hear whatever's being said.
Can I cut it into 2 shows?
Yeah.
If
That's
it's 2 hours, but don't do two. It should
half an hour.
You don't want
a
half
show
an hour.
is an
I think
hour.
half an hour is
Show
too
is an
short.
hour.
A
Show is an
Let it go
hour.
an hour.
Show is a fucking hour, dude.
Okay.
Show is an hour.
A show is an hour. How long is a show, Bob?
An hour.
An hour.
Listen, man, I think this is a great
I
first
want
show.
to talk about rape porn. What were you talking about?
I think,
Amy joined in on the rape porn.
I heard. I just like. Oh, I put. This
She came running across the restaurant.
This is what I think you should
I've
do.
never seen
I
another
think-
woman so excited to
I
hear rape
didn't know
porn.
that there
I
was
feel
rape
bonded
porn.
to
I
it
want to
now.
watch this porn. I'm so sick of the porn I've been watching.
What I think you should do is that after when Jim came on, you should start. That should be your second week podcast, and now we can talk for another 40
It's true.
minutes.
We did want the tranny
have another
thing
40
to be
minutes in you?
second.
Yeah, well,
We just got on porn. What are you
Don't
talking
you?
about?
What
We
the
have
fuck
another
you talking
hour.
about?
We should bring Gary Gulman up here or something.
Well, let's not get carried away.
To withholding.
Listen, you need fucking direction. You're not gonna fucking edit this. You don't edit things. You don't edit. This is what it is.
Just follow the river.
Okay, this is why I've been
A
listening.
river runs through it.
A river runs. I've been listening to podcasts.
river winds.
It doesn't
Well,
matter
through
what
a
you
tranny.
listen to.
That's
It
what-
doesn't
That's
matter.
I've been listening to
Yeah.
podcasts,
I wanna
and
see
I
that
find
in
them
rape porn.
difficult to get
Because
through.
you're an asshole.
Like Mark Maron's
Yes.
podcast, and I like Mark Maron's podcast. Like the first 20 minutes is him just blah blah
That's
blah blah
because
blah.
you don't fast forward the beginning of Maron's podcast.
Well, I don't want people to have to fast forward through the beginning
Well,
of
then
ours.
don't advertise audible.com at the top of yours.
You got to really. Everybody at this table is telling you you're wrong,
Yeah.
and that means you're wrong. That's it.
We know more than you about this.
We're talent.
You
If
are
you were-
not the general public.
Yeah, you're.
That's the thing.
You're known.
I agree with you on some level, but I think
I disagree with you. If
No.
If you can't.
I'm not general public, but if I find it really entertaining, it's more likely the
No.
general public's going to love it.
You're a
no one's
fucking-
going to. No one's ever complained it was
Okay,
too
I get
short.
what you're saying.
No one has ever complained it was too short.
No.
Yeah, they will.
Podcast-
Oh yeah. People.
Yeah, they will.
They'll complain, but then
no,
it means they'll
people
tune in next
complain-
week to hear more.
No,
Yeah,
This isn't
but
fucking
both.
NBC,
they
asshole.
will complain that it's too short. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This is
That's a
podcasts
reason
are
not to
good.
listen?
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck
Listen,
this podcast.
because,
People will say.
Can you let
podcasts,
Amy talk?
People like to settle
Wait a
in.
minute.
It's the same reason that people like all these shows with panels. They like to feel like they're sitting with us, like talking to their
Agreed.
friends. It's a conversation, and there's some lulls. They'll be like, "Oh, there was 3 minutes in there. I wanted to kill myself." But so what? Then there's another 6 that are interesting.
And this is totally different. This is not just a question answer back and forth tennis match of a podcast.
This
Like
is
there's a lot of
live.
stuff going on. There's a lot of
It's
people
like they're
coming in
sitting
and
with us
out.
at
I think
the
an hour
Cellar.
is good. If you
Yeah,
want to
this-
break it into 2, I agree. But I think an hour is
an
good.
hour
okay,
is
rape
perfect.
porn.
Rape
What's
porn.
going
Sorry,
on?
sorry,
Tell me
go
about
ahead.
this.
Speaking of lulls, back to rape porn.
I like to. You don't like? I mean, what type
I've been
of,
watching this porn lately. I mean, for the past
what
4
type
days.
of porn do you like?
What type of porn do I like?
Yeah.
Hold up, Amy came over here with something to
Yes.
say.
Let's.
Go ahead.
But
not make
Bobby
this personal, Robert.
doesn't
Sorry,
care.
Bobby.
He wants to hear
absolutely
about Kristen's porn.
No,
let's
because-
start with
Clearly.
Kristen. We'll go to me.
Because she actually she was downing what you were about to get into.
But she didn't get into it.
She was like,
No.
"Oh, rape porn. This is
I
gonna be
did not.
interesting."
I did not say
Oh, I
that
thought
at
you said
all.
that. I thought you weren't into good.
Okay, the porn I've
dirty-
been watching.
You just equated rape with good porn.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
thank you.
I'm sorry. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so the porn I've been watching the past couple days, it's a music teacher. He's like old and he's like kind of gross. And the girl, I don't think it's in English, but I always have it turned down because you can like hear through my walls and the guy's doing work on my apartment. So he's like old, he's teaching her how to play the piano and he's like giving her a massage and then he's like putting his hands down her shirt and she's like, stop.
How
And
old? What's the age?
He's
gap?
like 65, and she's like 22, and he's like giving her a piano lesson. But then he starts like molesting her, and she's not into it. And then like he starts like touching her and rubbing her and kissing her, and then she gets into it, and he winds up fucking her. And it's all I've been watching for like a little while now. That same
you've had
porn.
this porn on repeat.
Yeah, I like watching like a gross guy with a pretty girl. Lately,
that's most porn, isn't it?
No.
See, you don't like porn.
You don't like men.
I didn't. Yeah, I like trannies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that is a lot. That
Do
is.
you
I like
porn? You don't
I like
porn,
that,
do you?
and I like the casting director one.
I'm
the
not
fake casting
averse
director.
to
I like that
porn.
too.
That's a good one.
Casting's
I'm not.
good.
I wouldn't put it into like a like or dislike category. I'm
But
not.
do you watch it like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To
was that?
masturbate? You watch it to masturbate?
Yeah, I watch it to masturbate.
Your,
Not,
your parents can listen to this podcast.
that's fine. I
What-
mean, my
what-
parents.
what-
They're
my
masturbating.
God.
Your parents are masturbating.
My parents are masturbating
right
to this
now.
podcast.
Listening to this podcast.
What was the last porn you watched? What you masturbated to? What was it? The scenario.
What was the scenario?
Yeah. What would it be under the category? What would it be under?
Look at how intently Steve is.
Steve is like it's taking all of his
whole
strength.
restaurant just got Ep. Hutton.
Yeah, it was just silent across.
Finally.
That was like Vanilla Sky.
Why are you taking a picture of this? Is my most-
What kind of porn do you like?
Later.
Stop avoiding the
No,
question.
I'm not avoiding the question. I don't think that the last porn I watched was anything in like specific in terms of
Scenario.
I think. I mean, it was a guy and
scenario
a
can
girl.
be like-
it was
yeah.
like no, there wasn't anything like identify. I mean, it didn't have any tattoos or birthmarks.
Like you didn't
Like, there was
search
nothing.
for
What was
No,
it?
I didn't
double
look
penetration.
for like, cleft thumb porn or like
What-
something.
what did they
What's
do?
a
Cleft
cleft?
palate
What's a
porn.
cleft?
Cleft palate porn. That's probably good.
She's blowing. I'm gonna go sneep.
slips out.
Oh my god.
No, but I
see. I would be into that. I would be into that.
But
What happened in
old-
the porn?
it was just like two people.
Two
no,
girls
I remember
at a
what it
comedy
was.
club.
No, I remember what it was. It was a kid who had like friends over, and the mom was like ironing or something, and one of the kids wandered into like the room where the mom was ironing, and
Right.
then like
She
she
seduced.
was like, "Oh, you're a naughty boy," whatever.
So you were the mom. You were the
no,
mom.
I
Well, she
don't
wasn't the little
identify with
boy.
these whores. I just fucking
You
use
don't
it to-
identify with the scenario that you're watching. That's what turns you
Well,
on.
I think this is a big difference with guys and
Absolutely.
girls.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Because I think like for
I'm with
example,
you.
if Amy's watching this porn of the old man
I don't
and the
really
piano
wanna fuck
teacher,
a
she
s-
doesn't
a
want to be the
geriatric
student
nightmare.
of the
I don't
filthy
really want to
piano
hold
teacher.
the chick down with fucking piano
Yes,
wire.
you
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
True.
I mean, the fact that you had your weapon of choice on
He had it
hand.
picked out already.
Yeah, he's like at
Oh
7
my
o'clock
God.
this coming
You are
weekend.
the Dexter of porn, Robert Kelly. This is unbelievable.
I actually had my therapist told me not to use my computer anymore. Like don't. And I
because
go,
it's
yeah, but I
fun.
got to check email. He goes, use your phone.
It's an
Wow.
issue. So it's an issue.
It
Yeah,
was. It's
Neil
not-
Brennan
I'm
has a
actually,
thing.
I'm over it.
When your computer has an STD, that's a problem.
That was
Okay.
okay.
Neil
That was
Brennan.
That was a
Neil
girl laugh. That was a
Brennan.
bonding chick laugh.
That's
Borderline.
fine. We're bonding over a geriatric porn.
I want to watch porn with Kristen. Neil,
Robert needs to
My
leave.
my wife does not watch porn. She's not interested in porn.
do you have a wife? We've always heard of her, but we've never met her. I don't know.
You met her,
Did you meet her at camp? No. I'm just kidding.
and
I can see that actually.
she,
killed porn for her.
it's not like she's really
She
just not
watches
interested
porn.
in it. And the truth is, I don't.
She
I don't watch
searches
porn.
not Jews.
I could see that about Juanita not being into porn. I could see that.
Yeah, some
and to
people
be
aren't.
fair, I'm gonna say I don't think I was interested, quote unquote, in porn until like a couple of years ago.
Me
like
too.
it definitely
Me
wasn't
too.
something I watched
So
at
so
20
you
or
started
21.
I was
working
probably
here?
against it back then.
I probably was too. I thought it was like
I
all, you
was.
know, like yeah.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
I know how guys masturbate. You know, you can have the iPad or the computer and just sit in a chair. And how does a woman masturbate? Do you have to have it on TV? Lie in the bed?
I lay under my canopy.
No, seriously.
She gets in her Occupy Wall Street tent.
Potpourri.
You have your papasan? You have your papasan?
Yeah.
What?
What? Oh no, we could just sit in a chair. We could just be on the couch. Whatever.
So you can sit in a chair and masturbate?
Yeah.
And well,
It's easier in a bed, I think.
Robert, the clit's up top.
Where is it?
It's like right at the top of the
What's a-
vagina.
what's a
It's
clit?
okay. Yeah, I'm
Explain
gonna just
it in
let me
terms
go
of a
get
tranny
I'm gonna go get a
penis, like,
highlighter.
relatively
Okay. Yeah.
What is
yeah.
a clit?
It's just toward the. Let me just. Do you have a pen?
Are you going to point it out?
I'm gonna actually. I
Take your pen?
masturbate with a pen. No, it's pretty easy. You could do it in any position.
I just envision women would have to lie in a bed and for somehow make it
For a long time.
No.
Yeah, like,
Can I
no,
tell you
I
something?
can come really quick.
How
What's
quick?
really
How
This is
quick?
very
great?
interesting. Yeah, what is
Seconds?
Probably under 90 seconds. I could make myself
90
come.
seconds?
No, that's
Wow.
fast.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's like a man.
Do it right
Really?
now. Go. 1, 2,
Done.
3.
Done.
Wow.
Done.
That's
Can I
amazing.
tell you something that's great about being a woman is that we don't have that like
You guys
stuff.
get to suck cock and
No,
not
no,
be
no.
called a faggot.
That-
Oh
No
yeah, we.
jizz, no
you mean like
jizz.
lube and
yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
but we
there's
don't
no
have like that
cleanup.
stuff. Like I once masturbated on a flight to Thailand in my seat.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, you knew
You
this story
slut.
already. I told this story
I
at the
masturbated
Comedy
in a
Cellar
plane
table
seat, too.
years ago. You
How?
knew this story already.
How?
It's easy.
Easy, just like you have like
Tell us
that nice
how.
airline. But oh, you really want details?
Yeah,
huh?
I want
yeah.
Not so
Yes.
fast. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I
so.
put my finger
Were you in the
mouth
slow
of
it
the
down,
guy
slow it
sleeping.
Were you
next
in A, C,
I was,
or
in the,
B?
I was in the window seat.
Really?
Yeah, two
Left
people
side or
next to
right
me.
side? F or A?
Left side.
Oh, all right. You in the A?
I was an F, if you know what I mean.
I thought we were going to
Left
debate,
side.
Shut up. No,
politics.
stop cock blocking.
We are
Do
debating.
you have a blanket over your lap?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, I don't know what slut you are.
Yeah, I was wearing my Catholic schoolgirl uniform.
Really?
Also.
Through your
Really?
leg over the.
Oh, all right. Would you have a jeans on or a skirt?
No, I had pants on.
Sweatpants.
I had pants on.
You had sweatpants. 'Cause it's a long
I
flight.
don't remember.
You were under
I
the
don't
blanket and you had your hands in your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what'd you do? And you busted in that? Well, everybody's sleeping
We
No,
didn't bust
people
anything.
people were eating their dinner.
next to you?
Yeah.
While you were jizzing?
Was it Thai
She
food?
wasn't jizzing.
I don't know. It probably was, but I don't remember at the
Was it
time.
Fucking angry.
Sorry, I know that's not
Was
what we
it?
were
Just
talking
Concerned
about.
about the menu. The point is that women don't need the same resources that
Yeah.
you guys need.
Resources?
To be able to,
Yeah.
yeah, like space, time.
I don't need.
private,
I don't
whatever.
need shit. I don't use
and
lube.
no cleanup.
I don't use lube.
No, but like
I
you
don't
Not
know
even
couldn't.
saliva?
Nope,
you
I can
couldn't-
fucking rub one out with a thumb and an index finger. That's all I need.
Your own.
Your
thumb?
own.
Oh my god.
Fucking done.
No, but I'm just saying you don't we don't have that same mess to clean. It's just
Yeah, we don't have to
different.
clean.
You don't. Yeah, that's the worst part about
it's
being
like
a
we could
guy.
That
probably
sucks.
do it
That
on
would be
we could do it, like, on a
embarrassing to have to
subway.
clean
It's
up
just
the
awful.
mucus that just came out of your dick.
It's yeah, just, your fucking dick sneezes.
When your dick's crying.
It's very.
Dick tears.
How do we?
But
How did
you
we
know
get
what?
here? How did we get here, guys? How did we get
Jim
here?
Norton. on
But
the
I would say
fucking-
with masturbation for me anyway, I would say 1 out of 10 times it's really satisfying. It's like my stand-up. It's like it's like
It's like
little
Robert's- it's like Robert's
contractions,
stand-up.
but ultimately disappointing.
You know what? You really. It's just don't force it. No.
I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
don't. Just let the laugh.
I don't know. I
Don't
liked
force,
it. I liked
Don't
it.
force it. Just go.
I appreciated it.
He's trying.
Ask her or what she was looking at while she was doing it.
Is this for me?
Is that from Steve?
Steve.
Why?
You can just
Why?
Oh,
Why
Kristen?
are we having
Oh, what-
write-in questions for
Oh my
me?
God.
Steve was not interested in what Amy's saying.
Steve is
He
so
thinks this is the fucking
Steven.
Stern show.
What were you looking at while you were masturbating?
I was looking at the back of 34F.
Yeah, we don't need to. That's another
What
thing.
was I
We really
looking at?
don't need to look at anything.
What? What were you fantasizing about? You, Steve. Is that what the
That's a
answer
good
you
question.
wanted?
Yeah,
Stop.
you standing
That's a good
outside the
question.
No,
door.
actually, but I
That's a
really
good
don't
question.
remember. I
You
honestly
choose
don't
fish,
remember.
Chicken or shrimp? What were you fantasizing?
Yeah, basically pad thai. I
knew it was
really
pad
do
thai.
not
You were looking out
remember.
the window and hoping there was a monster on the wing of the
No,
plane.
I really, yeah.
Captain
It's the
Kirk would
same
be
way.
on the wing of the
I
plane.
really think that I knew I was in coach on a 16-hour flight, and I was like, the only way I'm not going to murder someone
Right.
by the end of this flight is if I get this hostility out of me. So.
Right, that's great.
Wow.
Fucking hot
guess-
to me.
I guess that's
so. I
what-
guess you like
that was hot.
I guess
That's
you
what
like
hot's too.
forced porn too, huh? You little
All
dirty
right,
girl.
it's time to end this podcast.
Well, what time are we on? What time is it?
So, how long we been?
It's
Yeah,
1:30.
An hour and 27 minutes.
Wow, that's a
That's
long
good.
fucking podcast.
That's good. People will be
pretty
into
good.
it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fucking.
And if
good.
they stayed and they listened till the end, they'll be happy. They heard some girl cum stories.
Here's the thing: is that I think that we'll go to an hour and 40. Then you have a 45 minute podcast. You'll be
Sounds
good.
good.
2 45-minute podcasts.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I think
That-
that you had some questions other than I know this podcast.
Robert thinks that an hour and 40 is 2 45-minute podcasts. It's all right.
No, I know. It's so sad. Oh my God! Please don't make a baby. That was God. I didn't even say that. I didn't even say that. That was Jesus.
I almost spit right in her face.
I
It's
wish
really
you
okay,
said.
Robert.
We all
It's
know
really
we're
okay.
hoping that Dawn's genetics are going to overtake.
Dawn,
Speaking of
please.
genetics, can I tell you something? My wife's my mother-in-law came over the other night. Did I tell you this already?
I love that you have a Puerto Rican mother-in-law.
Oh my God!
It's the
And she
greatest
brought
thing.
over. She thought she was doing us a nice thing. She brought over my wife's not only her report cards, but her standardized test scores.
Oh my God.
And you know they were not stellar. And
She's Puerto Rican. We get it.
Come on. I'm surprised she went to school. This is great.
oh, she was pregnant at the time, so so they're watching me look at her standardized test scores, and I could not hide it, you know, because I'm about to have a baby, and I'm thinking, oh God, what have I done? You know this.
Wait, was this better or worse than the look you had in your face when you thought Seinfeld got lit downstairs?
It was the same. It was
No,
the
that's
same
still
look.
the worst news he's ever heard in his life.
No, honestly, it was the
The
same.
baby has a third leg.
It was the same look of total like, what have I done, and how do I get out of it? And no one's ever. I mean, there's nothing I can do. It's awful.
Which brings us to our third podcast, which is Nature versus Nurture.
Yeah,
Is it
nature,
not?
we were supposed to talk about whether a sense of humor is inherited or not.
Right.
I think so.
I think so. I think
No,
it-
that's not. That's the
Oh,
third
sorry.
45 minutes. Tune in next week.
Tune in.
Well, we have to go longer to add up to 45 minutes.
Oh my God, you're bad.
Hold up. What is 2 45-minute podcasts, Robert? How
Come
long
on,
would that
Bobby.
be?
We all believe in you.
Two,
Don't tell him.
2:45. I really,
Take us
I'm not even joking right now.
Dawn, please.
I'm joking on the chick.
Baby Einstein.
Well, he's talking about the
It's
5-minute
90 minutes.
intros of each.
90 minutes.
It's 90 minutes.
Very well.
I really was joking on your stupid salsa. I had a
You're
chip in
blaming
my back of my
yourself.
throat. I really did.
Oh my God.
Are we done?
No, we're not done.
No, we're not done.
We all just got distracted at the same time.
Here's
though.
the deal. Here's what happens when you do, and you're learning right now. You should have did an
Is that
hour.
not David
You should have
Baker?
wrapped it up after.
I tried to wrap it up.
Yeah, but you kept.
Wait,
going
but
to-
I think this is a perfect opportunity to turn the podcast onto the host of Noam Dorman, who says that he is not interested in porn. And as a man, I think you might be
That's
the only
great.
man from whom I've ever heard this statement made, besides my dad, possibly. So
I've never been.
well,
It's not like when I was in high school, I would furrow around for a porno magazine or something like that. What's that?
No, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get Owen on.
I'm boring you? Is that what you're
No,
trying to say?
yes, but I'm gonna get Owen on because he's over here.
Yeah, you get
So-
Owen on.
Oh, here. I'll
But once I started to actually have
Get the fuck out.
You say your.
once I started to actually have sex with real women, I didn't seek out porn.
okay, that's understood, but there are lulls in between.
No.
No? Robert, Robert.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Owen.
I'm
Sounds-
sorry.
sounds
I'm
official.
sorry. We're talking. I love
What's
that.
happening?
I went to Amy. I go. I was gonna give Owen my mic. She, I mean, no. Give him my mic.
I'm getting out of here.
I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Bounce. How's
Listen,
everybody?
A half hour is too short. A fucking hour and 40 is too long.
Too long.
Okay. Listen, we're working this out though. The kinks out. This is a great fucking podcast. This is the
right.
Comedy Cellar podcast
Yeah,
with
no
your
doubt.
host Noam
What
and
up, Noam?
co-host. What's your name again?
Kristen.
I will
Kristen.
fucking murder you.
Kristen.
I know. That's what I want. I like the crazy
And I do
porn.
like
remember?
the rape porn. I know.
We're talking about porn. We're
Oh, nice.
What style? What kind of porn do you like?
Oh man.
What are you into now? I should say.
Blowjobs.
Oh, you like the BJ porn?
Asian blowjob, right?
You know what?
Why?
I
is
thought
that
I
the reason?
was. I kind of like Asian blowjobs. They got teeny mouths. You know, that's all right. Porn is for practice. You know what I mean? For me, it helps keep the stamina up. You know what I mean?
I don't find it. I find porn as my sex life right now. I'm married
Hilarious.
for 4 years.
Well, let me ask you this: how long can you last? Like, I was embarrassed for a minute because
With my wife, fucking 9 days.
No,
I close my eyes,
no,
2
no.
seconds.
Like, you know, Bang Brothers. You know, Bang Brothers.
Yeah, bang.
You never heard of Bang Brothers? No.
What is that, porn?
Yeah, it's a
No, I don't.
website, bangbrothers.com. Everybody listening should check it out and listen to the story. They do this thing where they drive a white van and they pick up a girl and they say, you know, for any amount of money, they can get anybody to sleep with them. I don't know if it's fixed or whatever, but the way it's shot, it looks like they pick up a strange girl and they just start paying her money and then they just fuck her in the van. And you're like, oh, shit. But they play these trailers, and the trailers are like 5 minutes long. And I'm embarrassed to say this. Sometimes I don't even make it through the trailer to even download the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Don't be embarrassed.
No,
That's
okay.
not embarrassing.
All right,
That's
it's all right
amazing,
then.
actually.
Yeah. So
As a woman,
That's
that's
totally normal.
is it? All right, good.
Absolutely.
All right, good. So yeah, like the longest I can last is like 6 minutes
On a porn.
Yeah, for porn.
Or with a chick. How long can you last with a chick?
It depends.
Are you married?
It depends. No.
All right. Yeah.
No.
Well, wait till that happens.
I know. Then it's dead.
Yeah.
It's done.
That's not dead,
I've had some stellar performances, and I've had some towns I don't want to revisit.
And there's no accounting for it, right? You never know going into it how
never
what's
know.
gonna. It's like why?
but can I-
Holy
older you
shit! This
get.
is going on a long time.
Wait,
I think
holy
that-
shit! What happened? I
The
lasted
chemist-
30 seconds.
The chemistry
Right.
with the
Not 30
girl. The
seconds.
chemistry with the girl
No.
matters.
Just
Your
for
sexual
effect.
chemistry is different with every
That's very
person.
true.
When you're with a certain, I've had
Very
certain
true.
girls.
No.
The sex apps are fucking.
It's the vagina.
I would tell you this too.
No, it is.
Oh yes,
The
it
amount-
is.
Are you fucking? No
I'm telling
way.
you, I
This
have
is
been
coming
with
from a
certain
man that
girls.
doesn't watch
Word.
porn. I mean, what?
I've
do
been
you-
with certain girls that it always took a long time with,
Yeah.
and certain girls that it always went fast, and it was not because I was
So
more
you're-
attracted to
you're
one or the
blaming
other.
the vagina.
It was something
Of course.
inside her.
What do
Word.
you mean?
It's a little friction,
Yeah, you
a little
were
something
inside her.
different.
That's
A
what
little
was wrong.
friction goes a long way. A little different.
What
That's
do you mean?
true. That
A
is
smaller
true.
pussy?
It doesn't have to be smaller, just a little rougher. I don't know what it is.
You know what,
Smaller
dude? I
as
really
well.
would love to argue your point.
Right.
You might.
Well, here's the
You're
thing.
right. I'm right.
You might be right.
I am right.
You might be right.
It's a lot of.
I think it's a
factors,
combination
man.
of stuff.
I think it's a
And let me just say, as the only woman on this panel right now, that longer
You're
is
a woman?
not
I'm sorry.
necessarily.
Call the panel
I'm
again.
a tranny.
Oh, I wish you were.
Can I just tell you, my father, one of the earliest things he
It
said
was
to me,
much funnier than you.
he said,
Hey, you can't take it.
Good night, everybody.
You can't take it.
No, nobody gave you the light. Nobody gave you the light.
my father said to me very early on, he says, no,
I hate you.
He says, no, I'm
sorry.
You're not mine.
I got to learn what not to say.
You're not mine.
He actually said to me, no, sometimes you need to know when to come.
Really?
This was
That's
his
true.
lesson to
I'm
me.
actually
Very
fake.
true.
I'm actually
And that's what
fake
Kristen is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what Kristen is saying.
Because we're the condom
Too long.
generation. I don't know if he's ever had to wear a condom. You ever had to put a condom on your shit? You?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean,
No,
shit,
he
man.
should have.
I have very, very rarely.
I think, yeah, you know, I've
It's
gone out.
awful.
I've
It's
gone-
I hate him. I
awful.
fucking hate him.
What you're saying
I hate
is that
him.
you got to know when some girls don't want you to fuck them forever. Just
Yeah, no
Yeah.
girl wants you to fuck them forever.
They don't want you to fuck them
explain
forever.
yourself.
No.
That is true.
Okay,
Why does
hold
this
on,
keep coming down to-
Let me tell you guys.
Uh-oh.
First of all,
Run it
if a
down.
woman knows how to come, she indicates to you she knows how to come.
Thank you.
And she makes you go. She in many different ways.
She send you a text.
She
I gotta go. I'm next.
She knows how to come for herself.
Oh,
yes.
he's taking
Oh,
off.
When
okay.
she knows,
I'll be
and
back.
if she's not a sure comer, then she feels self-conscious if you keep going at it and you don't make her come, or for whatever reason she's just not in the mood. You just need, but she likes to see you excited and having a good time and going for it. If she sees you extending it for the sake of making her come, she gets nervous. It doesn't work. Is that right, Kristen?
I have to agree with that.
See,
100%.
Gary.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
I think that you're. I think you're absolutely right. I think you have.
I just
some
think-
insight there, but I think
I have
that
a lot of
I
insight.
think the connection with, I think a connection with a girl matters too. I've been with some girls that fucking was amazing, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what it was. It had to be the connection with that type of girl. That specific
but
chick.
someone could also argue that it's the lack of connection that makes you have good sex for certain people.
It's true.
That's true too.
It's fucking true.
I mean,
People
you could
like
argue
you.
both points. But I'm just saying that too long in that situation, like there's never a good thing as lasting too long. That does not exist.
It's like a
From a female
podcast.
perspective.
What about eating? What about
We need to
eating
break
pussy?
it down into 2 45-minute sessions.
What do you think? He wants to edit the podcast down
Let's
to a half
introduce
an hour.
Gary Gulman.
The most
Gary
perfect-
Gulman. Bring
Gary
him on.
Gulman, everybody
Thank you.
from Torgasm with me.
Yeah.
Also, Dane Cook's friend.
He has an hour.
That's Robert Kelly's credit. So.
I'm not. And when I hit, I'm not playing this club anymore. I'm going to club. I'm out. I'm really.
So we
I'm
have
out.
nothing to worry
actually,
about.
Actually, I have.
Gnome is very quick.
He really is fast.
He
We're gonna
really is.
fake
A
light
rapier
Robert
wit.
Kelly, too.
For a
He's very-
civilian.
A gnome.
He's very fast.
So
Actually,
no
I
one wants
don't
to cut
play
it down to a half hour
Well, it's like
because he doesn't have the attention span to listen to these things for an hour and a half.
That's what it is.
Nobody
Other-
does.
But other people, he thinks people will like him. Nobody's like
Smart people don't. Well, Kristen
Do you know
doesn't
how
either.
many nerds
No,
stand around this table who have tickets to go down to the show and wish and pray? Oh, wouldn't it be great if I could sit there with Robert and I wouldn't even say anything. That's what this podcast is.
You're out. You're
We-
done.
we are
We're not
Outdoor.
talking. We're not talking about the
Talking about Paul Mercurio.
we're not talking about hanging out under the awning at the comic strip. We're talking about hanging out at the table. Pay attention. I just said something funny. You're still laughing about the last thing.
Yeah,
I said this great thing about the awning at the
I got
comic
it.
strip,
Go
which
ahead,
is
say it.
the equivalent.
I'll
Don't
edit
say
it out.
again.
Go ahead, say it again.
Stop it. You're not editing anything.
Okay, just say it again.
He wants to make. This is the problem with Noam. Can I talk about him?
No, let him
This is
say
the
his
problem with
joke.
Noam.
Let him
Look at
say
me.
his joke.
It wasn't a joke. I was making a.
Let him say his funny
Oh my
observation.
God, you guys are all
Listen,
yelling.
this is good. This is
sorry.
what the fucking
I stepped on
table
his
is.
line. I'm
This is
sorry.
what the
Listeners
table
can't
is.
hear.
Is that people argue and people are funny and sometimes people are stupid like Noam.
And the
he-
loudest people just dominate. Go ahead. That's what the table is.
Don't sulk. Don't sulk.
Where loudness is more important than intelligence.
Listen.
Go ahead, Robert.
I'm going to talk very softly if that's the case.
Gary, do you have something to say?
What I'm saying is this.
I just said most podcasts maybe an hour and a half is too much. But what I was saying was that these people stand around and wish they had access to this type of thing and would sit here all night long and not even say anything.
Right. Unlike
other places, so you have a very unique commodity here. And I mentioned that nobody wants to hang out with the losers under the awning at the comic strip and hear them talk about how they just got passed for late night.
Right. Exactly.
This is some serious.
I am
You know what?
very
I laughed-
happy you said that.
I
I'm
genuinely
happy
laughed again.
Yeah, because it's.
And an hour podcast is long, but an hour podcast that's not boring is not long.
And this hour, it
it's
should
not
be an
boring.
hour.
This is
Should be
great.
an hour.
Should be at least an hour.
At least an hour. You're
Yeah.
wrong.
We've had
You're
4
outvoted.
different people sit in that
The
seat.
McLaughlin,
I mean,
the
that's
McLaughlin
fair.
group is a half an hour.
You
Oh,
can't
God,
think.
he's
You can't
comparing.
think of
If you
the
don't-
podcast
if you edit-
as the same media as
But before
radio
I
and
will
television.
never do this podcast again. I will never talk to you again. If you edit this podcast at all,
Okay, but-
I will never, ever do it again.
But before
That's
you,
what I'm saying.
But before you reject it, do you know what the McLaughlin group is?
Yeah, it's a stupid show on fucking TV about politics, and it's that. Isn't that guy?
The McLaughlin guy. The McLaughlin guy.
I think it's pronounced McLaughlin. John McLaughlin.
Yeah,
I can't say it that way.
Yeah.
Aha, you even said
It
it
is,
wrong.
I think, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Doesn't
McLaughlin.
matter.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
God,
say
it feels good to correct people.
Yeah, it does. Do you know how to fucking get?
Damn, it feels good to fill people up on it.
Do you know how to? Do you know what Twitter is? Exactly. Shut up. I know things you don't.
Don't tell me.
Back to porn.
Listen, back to porn. Originally, back to porn. We wanted to ask you what type of porn you're into now.
Oh, just I'm very specific in my
Stop
taste. I
forcing
can
people on the show.
I can only get off to women who I went to Hebrew school with. What? Yeah. It's a very
Specific.
no, but it's very specific. But that's the thing, that you can get really specific with porn now. Not that specific.
With what makes you
but
come or porn?
what makes you come? Yeah.
What makes you come is different than porn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what makes me come, sometimes I can't find.
Really?
Well, what he just said, like certain girls from high school that I'm like, oh fuck that girl. Remember, whatever, Leanne something. I never got to fuck her. Sometimes I just
Strong. For me, it was Leanne Strong.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Lovely gal.
Mine was Leanne Pothier. She actually broke up with me because I flicked her ear one night.
Oh my
Yours
God.
was
She wound, up
Leon.
she wound up hooking up with a fucking British bulldog.
No way. Davy Boy Smith or
Yeah.
Dynamite Kid?
I think it was Dynamite Kid. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's what makes you come in porn are two different things sometimes.
When you say what makes you come, meaning that you have a hard on but you can't come, or you have trouble getting a hard on?
No, what makes
What makes
me come?
Come. What turns him on enough to finish?
So you're trying, but
no.
you can't come.
No.
Then
What
explain.
makes-
I don't know.
confused.
I don't know how the hell you're
Okay,
talking about.
confused.
sometimes
What makes you come is
Porn-
Sad, I know exactly what he's talking
Exactly. Porn, like sometimes I'll be
You
jerking
don't wanna
off
admit
to
that, Gary
a
Gulman.
girl. Remember Rachel?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Wait, did you guys go to the same high school or something?
No, but we've been waiters together before we were
known each
comedians
other.
together.
Yeah,
for
we've known each other
For as long as we've been doing comedy, but we won't say how long that has been because it would be sad.
Right. So no, it's not. We're fucking great. We both own houses.
Yeah.
We're waiters. We're fucking doing good.
It's true.
Yeah, we have
It's
thousands
true.
of dollars in
If
the
we
bank.
compare it to
All
our
right,
22-year-olds.
move on.
All right, go ahead.
I just want to
Converse
kiss each
this
other's
point.
ass.
Just got a new kitchen.
You guys are doing great.
You guys
Here's
tell
the
more
thing.
inside jokes to each other.
Thank you, Amy.
Isolate your listeners a little more, please.
They're not my listeners. They're
They
fucking
love
his
it.
listeners.
They love it. What you got to know, as Emerson said, is the personal is universal.
Robert Kelly has no idea who Emerson is.
I do. He's the guy who fucking started Emerson's college.
Not Emerson College, Emerson's with an apostrophe S.
Always put an S at the end of things. It's automatically funny.
Emerson's where they teach air conditioning.
Wait,
and,
please explain. I want to hear Robert Kelly's explanation.
Sometimes
Yes.
this girl, Rachel, who I used to bang back in Boston years ago. Gary knows her. A lot of my friends know her because she's a fucking dirty, gorgeous. No, she was gorgeous, dirty pig. But she was really sexual. She was awesome, but she was a fucking nutcase. I couldn't be with her. But sometimes I think about her and the situations, and I jerk off to that. It's not porn. It's what makes me come. Only her is making me come for a couple weeks or a month. I just want to be with her again.
This was a girl that Bob met doing a $50 gig, probably 3 hours from where we lived, and
New
we're still
Hampshire.
talking about this gig.
Yeah.
However many years later, more than we talked about that time we did Madison Square Garden together.
Yeah.
Why? The pussy was that good.
Yeah, sex
and
was
she
that
had
good.
this. And she had this thing where she wanted to bring me into it.
Never fucked her.
Wait.
And she was still that good.
That is hot.
That never fucked
Okay,
her.
that's,
Oh,
but
I didn't
that's-
know that.
this-
Never
this is-
put my
I
dick
get that.
fully in her.
This is what we need to explain, though. This is what we need to explain. You need to explain this.
Yeah.
For female listeners. 'Cause
Explain
I
what?
have no idea what you're talking about. How sex can be that good without
Because he
ever having
never
sex.
got her.
So what-
It's still a mystery.
No.
It's
A
not.
little bit of that, and also I chose not to. Our sex was so crazy, and our scenarios we would set up was so nuts that we would get to the point where I would put it in, and then I go no, and we made a deal that we're not gonna fuck.
Put it in for how long?
I put just the tip in, just a little bit, mushed it around,
That
felt
doesn't
warm
count.
cake, popped it back out. But the thing is that
Warm cake.
Sometimes porn. I can't go on and find a topic or a certain porn that makes me. I'm
There's
done.
no Am I Rachel porn?
It's like there's no exactly. There's no Rachel porn. So what makes me come is
Wait,
different.
am I
than
Rachel?
The porn. No, you. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, we're not
Yep.
gonna. This is
Sorry.
podcast number 4.
And you too. Join the club.
Thank
and you
you
know
so
what?
much.
Gnome, you were there too. And Gary, it was just me and you, baby.
so
Belly to
goodbye.
belly. Tip to tip. A couple of silver spoons.
You guys were docking.
I couldn't.
Oh, that's so gross.
He's so tall. That's called blowing Gary. But you understand what I'm
Gary's
saying is that
podcast.
you look. You're a freak too, dude. You're a sexual. You fucked a lot.
Yeah, I have.
But he's not a freak.
I'm not a freak.
He's
no.
not a freak.
What do you mean? You just like
He's
regular
got
sex?
numbers, but he doesn't have. What is it? Quantity over quality. Not quality. though.
I've had both quantity and quality, but not freaky.
No.
Not trannies
variety, no
and stuff
variety.
like that. I've been with 2 women.
You said we were
But that's
trannies.
normal. But that's
Well,
normal.
they both go.
Two
"Ugh,
women.
what the hell did we do?
All right, but I've been with 2 women. And
I've been with 2 women, and it was awful.
Why?
Because all right, one girl. Because
Really?
this is what sucked. Because you can.
I used to
the
be with-
self-esteems are so fucked up. Like the one girl liked me, brought the other girl to me. The other girl was brand new, so I was more into her sexual because I never touched her titties, I never touched her pussy, and I bumped the other girl off the bed. She fell, hit her head on the floor.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
So that's your fault.
Yeah, I guess so.
can I tell you a
That
story?
doesn't mean you want to give up
Self-esteem.
threesomes,
You
though.
basically assaulted one girl and threw her off the bed.
Can I tell
What went
you,
wrong?
Amy, you know, you
Robert?
you put it like that. Yeah.
I want to tell you a story. I don't know if maybe I have to cut this out of the podcast, but this is true.
No, you're not.
The first time,
If you cut anything out of the podcast, I will not even support the show. Ever.
the first time that I was with 2 women,
Yes.
there were 2 girls. I picked them up in the Fat Like Pussycat. They came back to my place,
Leave out dates and details. But
and
just go ahead.
And the one woman,
We don't need to know that
the
you picked
one
them up.
woman was giving the other woman was fingering her.
Right.
and she fingered her so hard that she began to bleed.
Ew.
She killed the baby.
That the woman who was being fingered began to bleed.
Right, yeah.
And I looked at this shocked.
Yeah.
As a man, men are always too rough. Men.
Yeah.
I said, this is what they like, right? I mean,
Whatever. I think your instinct not to tell that story was correct.
No, yes. And
Let's put that one in parentheses. And also, Robert might abort his edit.
Yeah, you might.
Credo. You might want to edit that one out.
This really happened.
But knowing Noam as long as I have, he probably picked Asians. They have acrylic
No, these were two
tips.
black girls. These were two black girls.
Acrylic tips.
How do you know they were bleeding? How do you know they were bleeding?
Oh, shut up, Robert. You could.
That's like really weird.
It was really weird. And then
you have a black light in the room.
And then.
Come on.
And then what inevitably happens when you're with two women, because it's happened to me a few times, is that you connect with one woman more than the other.
That's what I said.
And then the other woman.
For you, was it the bleeder?
Are you repeating what I just said?
For me, it was. Yeah, I actually did connect with the bleeder because the bleeder was horrified.
She was vulnerable.
She was crying.
She was horrified by the way this other woman had treated her.
Caretaker instincts in you. I want to take care of you.
And then there's always a couple awkward times where where one woman feels really awkward about it, and then you just end up having a thing with the one girl.
Right. No.
Same thing?
Yeah, I think so. I think that when you...
I've never been bummed out by two stories of threesomes. Both of them made me really sad.
Have you ever had a threesome?
No, not where I had sex with it. I made out with two girls at the same time.
You never had a threesome? A good-looking man like you?
No.
Why?
They're pretty rare.
I'll tell you why.
No, they're not rare.
I'll tell you why, because he's a good-looking man, and he meets girls, and he just meets a hot girl that he likes and winds up banging her. Creeps like us, who have to you use your music, I use my funny, have to meet these fucking psychos, and we have to fill the hole, because we're not good-looking guys like that.
The two girls I picked up that night, they didn't even know me. I picked them up in the Fab Like Pussycat. They didn't even know me.
They didn't know you sang?
They did not know me.
They didn't know you owned the place?
They did not
you
know
didn't
who I
drop
was.
any cards.
I might have told them.
Exactly. But you're not picking up two chicks with what you got.
I don't know. I think he's got pretty blue eyes.
No,
neither am I.
Which I never noticed until tonight.
Swagger. You guys both have swagger.
Swagger.
I am offended.
We have swagger, but we don't have physical
they don't have
swagger.
threesome swagger.
And you didn't see the girls.
Okay, they were okay. I've been with some fatties. I get you.
Apparently one had claws. So.
Yeah, apparently one had one finger that was really sharp.
One jagged, sharp finger.
Oh, that's
She had those long nails that turn around themselves. I have to make pee-pee. You guys continue.
No, what time was the podcast? Let's end it. It's over.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Nice
to see you.
1 minute 50. 1 hour 50 minutes.
Michelle
right there.
10 more
Balin.
minutes. 10 more minutes.
Balin. Don't you correct me on my podcast. Don't you ever.
What the hell?
I just mispronounced the vowel. You rotated the words.
You're actually having
Yours
a
is
side
more
conversation
egregious.
on a podcast. The people listening are going, "What is going on?"
By some twat who questioned me in front of my. This is just my podcast persona. It's my podcast
did you notice
persona.
that-
Off the stage, I'm a.
I think someone's getting a threesome tonight. I think Gulman's going to work on a fantasy. I want to ask a question, though, honest to God, to you, and I don't know you, so I really can't ask, but have you ever had a threesome?
Yes.
And have you ever, you've never had one?
Why did you answer before I answered?
Because I know you're a slutty-wuddy. Listen, threesome with two smoking hot guys, or was one?
No, the two
better-
girls.
So one was better looking than the other.
It wasn't two guys. That's running a train. I didn't have that.
Touche. Wow. Right there. Pound
She's
that
right.
out, you little slut.
I knew that.
That's not a threesome.
She just said, wow. So you had a threesome with two other girls.
One other girl and one guy.
One other girl and one guy.
I
Wow.
was part of some guy's threesome.
Fantasy, really? Wow. How was that? Now, so you were the extra, you were the odd man out.
I wouldn't
Or-
say extra.
You were
but
the odd woman out on that one. So it was a girlfriend, her boyfriend, and you.
Yes.
And you were brought into the situation.
Yes.
Really? Can you describe that slowly?
Sober?
In detail?
Was anybody sober?
I was sober.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was sober.
I imagine they're always drunken orgy type.
Was it
things.
good?
It was good. It was interesting. It's strange to play to add a third person, whether it be male, female, or whatever, into the mix. It's just
Right.
an odd scenario.
Yeah.
As a female, because you have to not that I was jealous, but you have to like figure out like what you're gonna do and what this person's gonna do, and you don't want to like overshadow the other person. You don't want to like
me and my friend used to make faces at each other. Like he'd be at one end, I'd be at the other, and we'd look up.
I've never done that.
Oh,
yeah,
so tacky.
I can't.
Why can't you be thankful?
The best thing ever.
Two
Just be
guys
thankful.
and one girl. I've never done that.
It's so tacky.
Dude, I've done me and Al Del Bene used to. We had a summer. We got referred to women.
Yeah, but it's the only
like women would refer.
It makes them feel better, because their dicks aren't actually touching; they're touching through an intermediary.
But I have to say,
I think it is gay.
Through a very fine membrane.
I'm glad he wasn't here. I'm glad he wasn't here for the she-male part of this fucking podcast. You think that's gay? You think Al getting head and me fucking girl from behind is gay?
Kristen didn't finish her story.
wait, no. But what I have to say for guys is that I actually, in this situation, I kind of felt bad for the guy, which
because you guys were into each other.
Not so much that, but I just feel like it's hard enough for a guy to perform like with one girl.
Yeah.
That I feel like when you have, and like the other girl, I mean, you guys know me, and like the other girl was not like some like diminutive means
you.
like, small, shy, like, whatever.
Yeah.
What does condescending mean, or patronizing?
Yeah, like we were both kind of like the same asshole. I mean, not literally, but like we're like, you know what I mean?
So this guy's self-esteem was on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. We like basically destroyed this guy.
Lick it, fuck
so,
pussy.
It was Robert.
Were you in the Go-Go's?
This was a church.
You were at a church?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, I felt bad for the guy because I felt like it's hard for a guy to perform with one woman as it is, and when you take two women that are like kind of not like playing the shy librarian, like
she's an alpha female, and the other woman was an alpha.
Female also.
Yeah.
So for you guys, like I know this is, I don't know if you've had this experience or you fantasize about this experience or whatever, but do you think that it would make you feel like self-conscious on some level?
No way.
Or
two alpha women? That's my dream. I've been the
without dicks. Without dicks.
Oh,
These are two women.
He can't relate to that.
I would be insecure. That would fuck me up. No.
It's very progressive of you to call them alpha women rather than fucking bitches. Which is what I tend to call them.
I love alpha.
Behind their backs, because I'm afraid of them.
There's nothing sexier than being an alpha woman sexually. A woman who is like, look.
But two at the same time?
I'll tell you.
By the way, that phrase was coined right here. I've never heard anybody refer to them as alpha women.
Alpha women. Here's the deal. I had the third black girl I ever went with. I was doing all the fucking moves and grabbing the titty and making out and rubbing her pussy. She actually went, stop. She was, stop, slow down. I'm fucking you tonight. We're fucking.
Is that the way she said
Relax.
it?
Honest to God, she said, I'm fucking you. Relax.
She was just quoting an R&B song. You realize that?
Ooh.
But what that did to me, her being alpha male sexually, it made me go, oh, fuck. It was the best sex. I had a couple girls do that to me. We're gonna fuck. Relax.
You're too
Chill
eager.
The fuck
You're
out.
obviously
but
too
two
eager.
of them?
Because most girls.
No one's ever said that to me.
Most girls, you have to give them the excuse
You're like trying to distract
actually.
them.
You have to rub the pussy, make out, do all the shit to give them the excuse.
You get nervous when you're having sex with a woman?
Not anymore. It's my wife. No, it's fucking. Ugh.
I'll tell you what, whenever I'm having sex with somebody for the first time, I'm always shocked it's happening. I can't believe the things, the alignment of the stars that led to me.
Have you ever been with such a hot chick that you just like, I'm going to jizz as soon as it goes inside you the first?
Yeah, of course.
And she's like, and it's like,
but it's not because she's so hot.
What is it? It's because the pussy is
for
tight.
whatever reason. No, it's for whatever reason you're so fucking excited at the time.
It's because she's hot.
No, but sometimes it's like that with women. It's just something about them.
What do you mean? Ugly women?
I've never been with an ugly woman.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Wow.
Yes, you have.
Wow.
We all have.
Witness the.
All right. We want to thank you all for listening.
Wait a minute. No. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
We're listening to the first
Witness
Comedy
the
Cellar podcast.
superciliousness.
Not super silly, Robert. Superciliousness.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
This motherfucker was supercilious.
I know what it means now. I think that a hot chick, really smart. I've been with girls that are out of my league a few times in my life, just out of my league.
In the last few years, I'm sure.
Seriously, out of my league.
Because you were hot, you were pretty good looking.
Sexually, I was so excited, like, oh my God. No, even back then when I had hair and I was shredded, I've been with girls that were out of my, because you understand, you can be good looking out here, but I've always been insecure in here. I've always been white trash inside. So even when I was fucking at abs and hair and I fucking was dating smoking hot chicks, I always felt like a piece of shit inside. And I've been with girls where it's like, I can't fuck you. I have to lie to you. I'll eat. That's why I learned to eat pussy. I never liked eat pussy. Pussy was, I hated eating pussy. I learned to eat pussy because I dated girls that were so hot, I had to go down and eat their pussy for, a long time. Because if I fucked you, I'm done. I'm done. I've had girls literally on top of me.
It's like that movie about the guy who became a long-distance runner because his parents used to hang his sheets out that he peed in the bed. You remember?
One of the two Prefontaine movies, yeah.
Actually,
was that that wasn't
What was that
Prefontaine,
movie?
but that was a movie. It was starring Michael Landon, I believe.
There were two Prefontaine movies.
I know, but neither of them involved the urination thing. But I know that story. But I enjoyed the Prefontaine movies.
Thank you.
You never know what's going to motivate you, what's going to make you a star.
I don't. You're right. You're absolutely right. You never know what's going to fucking... one of the best sexual things I've ever had was with a girl from fucking Switzerland. This chick I met in Houston, Texas. Fucking unbelievable. She had kids. She wasn't like the stereotypical, she had a couple kids. Her body, she had fake tits in. She didn't have like, oh my God, but she was very pretty though. Very pretty. We had fucking crazy sex. And it wasn't because of her pussy. Okay? It wasn't her pussy was tight or friction. It was who she was fucking turned me on. And the way we kissed.
That's what I said.
No, you said her vagina, the shape of her fucking...
I said you want to come right away. It's not because she's necessarily hot.
Earlier, you said when you said that
it
her
was
vagina...
physical.
In this conversation...
You said it was physical.
All right,
you can't have... It's the same conversation.
Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
That sex with her was fucking amazing. I'll never forget that girl. Ever. And it was just something between us that we had. And I lasted for a long time. Not an hour. It was like, 20 minutes.
Were you drinking or something?
I don't drink. I haven't drank in 26 years.
Even
When she tells this story, it's like the worst sex.
Like this fucking thing.
Yeah, her story is like the worst. This guy's dick was
it went on for 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
On and on.
And he didn't know how to eat pussy. It was just awful. All right, fucking wrap this up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to the first Comedy Cellar podcast. Special thanks to Amy Schumer, Gary Gulman, Tom Papa, Robert Kelly, Kristen Montella,
Jim Norton,
and Owen Smith,
Yes.
and Steve Fabricant,
Wait.
and everybody at the Comedy Cellar. We'll be seeing you again next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.